welcome, welcome. Beautiful. So thank you for joining us today for Festive Food Mixes in a Jar. You are here with Snap Ed New York this afternoon. My name is Erica Dahl.
I'm Bintu Hines.
And we are Snap Ed nutrition educators here in the Hudson Valley. So today we are excited to bring to you 3 recipes that you can make for inexpensive holiday gifts that you can give right in a jar, or these are recipes that you can make right at home for your family for less than $10.
That time of year, holidays, cold weather, warm food.
Yeah.
$10, we can't beat that, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's a perfect time for some festive, holiday recipes that can really warm up your home and make your kitchen smell delicious.
Yes, that's a good feeling.
Right? Beautiful.
Yes.
All right. So where should we get started, Bintu? What do you think?
How about we talk about the materials here?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Love it. Alrighty. So the materials we're using today, we can be really flexible with it, which I love that just to get started. So the materials we're using today are quart-size mason jars, but you don't have to use quart-size mason jars for this. You can use recycled jars if you want to, or you could use, if you have smaller jars, that's totally fine too, or like plastic jars if you have them.
We have pasta sauce jars, right? We have so many of those. Use them.
Pasta starch jars, peanut butter jars would be great for this too. Any kinds of.
Or the dollar store.
The dollar store is a great place to find containers. Absolutely. The only thing that I do want to mention right off the bat is that these jars are kind of nice because they do have a lid that you have on the top, and you're going to see us put some fabric on top. And the benefit of the mason jars is they do have a lid so that your fabric never actually touches the food that's inside.
That's important food safety.
Yeah, so if you're using a different kind of jar with a different kind of lid on it maybe, you just want to make sure that the fabric goes on top of the whole entire jar and nothing ever actually touches the food inside. Alrighty, so, all right, that's your first material. Your second material that you're gonna need for today is some fabric. We cut these fabric squares out of some extra material that we had around,
Yes.
but you could find this at the craft store, dollar store, big box store.
Leftover fabric from some crafting that you were doing, use it.
Exactly.
Yes.
I saw someone make these out of like the plastic tablecloths even.
Yes.
You could make a ton of these, which is great. Any kind of ribbon. We have all types of different ribbon that you're going to see us use today. It could be fabric ribbon. It could be just like the gift wrap ribbon.
Yeah, which you can curl and make it prettier.
Exactly.
Piece of cloth that you cut into a ribbon. Anything, really.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Pair of scissors. All right. And you can follow along with the recipes that we are going to make today. So we are going to make 3 recipes today because that's what we have time for. There is a bonus fourth recipe that you can find today also. And we're going to link them down below. So the 3 recipes that we're going to make today are a beautiful banana oat pancake recipe, a hearty chili recipe, and a cornbread recipe. Alrighty?
And you know what I like about those recipes? They're nutritious, right?
Yes.
We have oats, beans, cornmeal, and they can help you save time and money. It's very quick. Doesn't take very long to make any of these, so.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And what is a better gift to give to the people in your life than helping them to save time, save money, and eat healthy, right?
Absolutely, Erica.
Beautiful.
So why don't we get started?
Absolutely.
All right. So our first recipe is the banana oat pancake. And Erica, tell me, favorite memory of waking up Christmas morning? Or weekends even, right?
Favorite memory of waking up Christmas or weekend morning is the smell of breakfast, right? Like that first, you open your eyes, smell of breakfast.
It's all over the house. So these, we're giving you the keys to doing that for your family, okay? So we're gonna make those. We layer the ingredients in this jar, okay? And you can half the recipe if you only have one of those little jars or a different size jar. Okay? It's fast, and if you have those extra bananas, you know how your kids make you buy bananas and then they don't eat them? And they're browning on your counter, you can use them. And also, it helps. I love to make banana bread. I don't always have the time. This is something I can do quickly without turning on my oven. And also, if I don't have a loaf pan, right, you always take it somewhere for a potluck, you forget it, and then you don't have it. And the nice thing is, it incorporates many food groups. We have oatmeal, which is part of our grains. And your person receiving this will just add some dairy into it. So we're having the dairy group also covered in there. You add the bananas and you have your fruit group. 3 of the groups all represented in one shot, okay?
Beautiful.
All right, so let's do this.
Alrighty, so and we are linking our recipes down below in the chat box. What's great is that we have a handout for you. Again, we're linking it down below so you can follow the recipe. So it's going to give you what you're going to put in the jar on the first page of the recipe. And on the second page of the recipe, it's going to give you these great little cutouts that you can either print out and put with your recipe, tie it on with a ribbon, or if you want to make it like a little bit more special or you don't have access to a printer, you can always handwrite the recipe too. That gives them the instructions for how to actually make the meal at home.
Oh, I love a good handwritten note, right? It makes it special. So we have our jar. I have this little handy tool here so it doesn't spill everywhere. If you don't have one of this, you can always, go directly into the jar, or you can roll a piece of paper and just kind of, get it in there. So for our recipe, let's see, banana oat pancake. We have 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour. Mix our flour. Let's get a cup in. Go. And I'm being fancy, right? We're layering.
Or layer.
And it said 1.5 cup. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of my oatmeal because I want it to look pretty when it's layered. And then I'll add the other 1/2 cup of my flour. Okay? So here we go. How are those layers? Good?
There, looking beautiful.
All right.
So we'll give you a close up here in a second of what all these beautiful layers are going to look like.
Flour. You like pretty things. It's a little messy. We have a little tray under there just to help us keep things all together. Oatmeal, yummy.
This is a great way to get your kiddos involved in the kitchen. They can help you measure these things out. These are great gifts for a bus driver, for a teacher.
Right?
Yeah.
Accumulating things in your house, but having like this great meal. And then we're gonna have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We have everything else. 2 teaspoons. Boop. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. And then what's my next ingredient, Miss Erica?
2 tablespoons of sugar.
Tablespoons of sugar. And if your bananas are really ripe, you might actually be able to skip this part because bananas are sweet. And so I might even cut it down to just 1 if I was making this with the way bananas go in my house. And then what else do we have in there?
A teaspoon of cinnamon.
A cinnamon. You want to smell this?
I do.
Yeah. Are you a pumpkin spice person, Miss Erica?
I'm a pumpkin spice.
Smearing the pumpkin spice into.
No, it smells like
And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which, want to flavor this. Of course, if you have to watch your salt, you can totally half it or just leave it out. And here we are. And I think this is all we need. And then we have the dry fruit, which is optional. We didn't have dry fruit, so we decided to go with some coconut. And I love coconut. So smells like home. And it has a little bit of that yellow color. And I'm just kind of, I'm not measuring, but let's see. What do you think? That's good?
Yeah.
Oh, are we like
good.
really full
We
there?
are making very
Got me
coconut
really
pancakes.
excited there.
Perfect. So banana coconut pancakes.
Yes, and I'll take that from here. Now we can go ahead and put a cover on. And remember, we don't want that fabric touching directly, so we're going to put that lid on. And then
Right.
Sarah, show us how we do this.
I am going to do my best here, hopefully. Our cameras do a little switch.
Oh, look at those layers. I think we did a good job with this one, Sarah.
Bear with us for just a moment. All right, so we're gonna put our lid on. There we go, perfect. All right, so we're gonna put our lid on top, and then we're gonna put our fabric. So the fabric is about 6 inches by 6 inches, but it doesn't have to be exact, right? So we're gonna put our lid on top of that.
Here's the ring.
Then we're gonna put our ring on top of that. Again, if you don't have the mason jars, that is totally fine. You don't need them. You could just put the fabric on top of whatever jar you are using.
Yes, just
Then
make sure
you're-
it does not touch the food. That's really important.
Yep. And you're gonna cut a length of ribbon. I would say this is probably a little bit more than a foot. And you're gonna go around your jar and just tie it off. Now again, if you have a kiddo at home that's practicing tying, this is a great little exercise for them. Now watch me try and do this backwards. Right, of course. So you're gonna tie it off and you're gonna make it really pretty. I'm trying to do this backwards here, right? You're trying to make it really pretty.
Beautiful.
So there you go. Let me show you a little bit of a better example of this. We did it earlier. There you go.
It's different
Hopefully you
type
can
of
see it.
ribbon.
Alrighty. There you go. So you can do it a couple of different ways. And you can see the beautiful layers of the pancakes. Alrighty. So, shall we do the next one?
Let's do.
All right. So the next recipe is going to be our chili recipe. And this one's going to be slightly different. So for this recipe, super easy, totally simple. If you want to involve kids in it,
Yeah.
or the other thing that I like about this is probably the least expensive recipe if you want to make several of them, especially. And the reason is because there's very few ingredients in it. So you're gonna do an entire bag of dry beans just straight into your jar. Dry beans are great. They're high in fiber. They're part of both the vegetable and the protein category. So you're going to get a lot of fiber, a lot of nutrients out of your dry beans. So you're really giving the gift of good nutrition. You're saving a lot of money. You can get these at the dollar store. You can get them at the grocery store. Look for them on sale. So you're going to do the entire bag of dry beans right into the jar.
Kids would love that.
All right, super
Right?
simple.
It's handy.
No measuring needed. Very easy, right? Right into the jar. Easy peasy, right? Okay. The next part is it includes some spices. Don't sleep on the dollar store when it comes to buying spices, okay? So with the spices, you probably already have some of these in your cabinet at home. They're fairly common spices. The other thing is, if you're making this recipe, you can make quite a few of these jars or this recipe at home if you're making it for your family with just buying these spices one time. Right? Easy. This is a recipe that you can give, and whoever you're giving it to, or if you're making it home, the additional ingredients you can really modify if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, or you have any dietary needs that you're following. I happen to have this like little plastic, kind of fancy little, let me see if I can put it over here, fancy little cup thing that can fit the spices in it, but you don't need it to do this. You could totally use a little Ziploc bag if you wanted it, and put it in the top with the spices in it. I have this little cup, so I'm gonna use it today to measure the spices.
Great way to save time, right, for that recipient. They just dump the spices and it's done. It's ready to go. And it doesn't have all the added salt that you might get from those store-bought little packets that you might find out there. So
exactly.
right? Good nutrition again.
Yeah, we love a low sodium chili mix, right? For sure. All right, so let's get started. So we're gonna do the 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Now this is where I'm gonna make a mess, Benji. You know I'm gonna make a mess.
Okay.
All right.
Messes are easy to clean.
Messes are easy to clean up,
they're
right?
part of life.
3 tablespoons of chili powder. Okay. Heavy on the chili powder today,
Yes.
guys. All right.
That's
going to give us that beautiful red base.
All right. And then
we're going to do minced onion. So if you are, pro tip, if you're not in the mood to like mince onion, if you don't have any in your freezer already cut up, which you can totally freeze onion too,
Yes.
just dehydrated onion. Did you know they sell it like this, right? It's just dried onion. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of dehydrated onion right in here.
well, onions make everything taste good.
They
all
do.
Our favorite dishes.
Right, 2
Yes.
tablespoons of onion, quick and easy.
And
we're
garlic
gonna do-
salt, but we decided to opt out, right?
I'm opting out of the garlic salt. I don't even buy it for my house.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of
Yes.
garlic salt. Of garlic powder. I measure garlic with my heart. I don't.
I know.
Yeah, I
I'm that
like
person.
garlic.
When the recipe says 2 cloves of garlic, I end up with a lot of garlic.
Yeah. And that's the benefit of using the garlic powder and
Yes.
all of these sodium-free seasonings is you can do it to taste. You can measure with your heart. None of these have salt in them.
Agree.
If you like a little more, you can go crazy.
And no peeling of garlic. Save time. Save time.
We love it. A teaspoon of oregano. Oh, this smells like home. All
Fresh
right.
herbs, yeah. And
Fresh
then
herbs.
a little bit of salt.
A little
Or are
bit
we
of
gonna
salt.
skip the salt just a little bit, right? A
I'm
quarter
going to
teaspoon.
skip the salt.
We're
I'm
skip-
going to let the recipient make decisions on the
I
salt.
really like that. Yes, some people have some concerns with salt, so.
And I'm going to add a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
Ooh, spicy,
All right.
spicy.
Thank you. I'm going to add a little spice to it, a little kick.
Well, if you know the person who's receiving it loves spicy food, you could really go all out
You
and
can.
add a little bit more.
So I
That would be a
am.
surprise.
I got my beautiful
Yeah.
spices now, my little chili mix, right? I'm going to add it to the.
That has layers too, Erica. I'm
It
just realizing that.
does. It has some really fun layers. I'm going to pop that right in there. All right. Again, my lid,
And your fabric.
my fabric, my
Little
ring.
Yeah. And we have some that's already made so you can see the finished product. But even
Indeed.
without the ribbon, it looks
Right.
lovely.
And because we feel prepared today.
I know.
We already have one with a ribbon on it. I'll save you the agony of watching me tie another ribbon today. We do have one with a ribbon on it. So that's our finished chili product, right,
Yes.
for you today. Beautiful.
And you
So-
can use any kind of bean, really. We have some red kidney beans, but if you have chickpeas, white beans, anything you want, and it would make it even more colorful. But I like that color anyways. It goes with
Exactly.
the season, I think.
It does. And it looks beautiful put on your shelf. too,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful on your shelf.
Decoration and meal planning at the same time. Who knew?
Exactly.
Only here at Snapbed.
Beautiful. And again, you would attach the recipe card that you can find in the chat box linked below. Alrighty, so that they would know how to prepare the rest of this. If maybe they're familiar or unfamiliar, I'm sorry, with how to deal with dry beans, because not
Right.
everybody knows what to do with dry beans. So it explains it really nicely on that recipe card. All right, Ms. Bintu, final recipe.
Final recipe. What goes well with chili?
You know what goes well with chili,
Oh,
Ms. Bintu?
cornbread.
Cornbread.
Any
Beautifully.
day, right?
You got
Again, I can smell it already.
All right, what can I hand
so
you?
let's see. We have the recipe there. I'm going to start with a cup of flour. And
Okay.
again, I'm going to be fancy and do the layering effect. So we're going to do a half a cup first.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I need that tool. I am not. It's going to be messy. So half a cup. And because I want to be fancy, I am going to go ahead and do a half a cup of cornmeal. If you could pass me that cornmeal.
Cornmeal, beautiful.
Yes.
And cornmeal is a great whole grain product also,
absolutely, yes. If you don't like those porridgey kind of things, this is a great way to have your whole grain and cornmeal. I know a lot of cultures use it. This porridge. Grits, right? Is made out of cornmeal, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody will correct me if it's not. So here we go. And then we're going to do another half cup of flour.
Yeah. And whole grains are a great way to get your fiber in, right?
Yes.
This holiday season. I know our holiday party was last night here for Snap Ed, and you know, there's so many holiday events this time of year where we get to have so many of those kind of exciting treat foods. So fiber is a great way when you're doing those meals at home to make sure that you are keeping that digestive health in check and making sure that you're able to feel great, make sure you're not bloating, and really feed that good bacteria in your gut. So cornbread's a great way to do that, right? Especially if you're accompanying it with the chili recipe.
Yes.
Right.
And look at those colors. I love that yellow. It brings a little pop of beautiful yellow in there. Then we have 3/4 teaspoons of salt. And what do you think? Should we go ahead and put the salt, or should we let the recipient kind of decide that?
Dealer's choice, Bintu. What do you think?
Yeah? I'm going to cut it down a little bit. We're going to do half a teaspoon of salt.
I like it.
How about that? Compromise, right? All right. So here we go. We add our salt. Okay. And then what comes next? A 1/4 cup of sugar. And so not too much sugar in this recipe, which is great. And again, you know, customize based on your needs. Here we go. Adds another beautiful layer. I'm going to shake it so it can look nice and even. And then what do we have? The baking powder. This is what I like about these recipes. They reuse some of the things we already had. And we need 2 teaspoons of that. What happened to my teaspoon? There it is. It's the green one.
Yeah, anytime when you're building a shopping list that you can use the same ingredient more than once, right? It's going to be a strategic way to save money. It's going to be a strategic way to build out that shopping list. So this is a great way to do that, whether you're gift giving or you're making these recipes at home for your family. And baking has a great way of doing it.
Yes, it's
Staple.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask you to pass me the baking soda.
Baking
I
soda.
just
All
need
right.
half a teaspoon. Oh, perfect.
Here.
I hate taking it out of that box, so this is nice and easy. There we go. And then we have a half a cup of dry milk powder. So dairy, again, showing up for us right here in a very inexpensive way. Something that you can have on your shelf in your pantry and reuse throughout the year.
Absolutely. The dry milk powder is a great way to keep a dairy product that's shelf stable too. Yeah.
Never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah, and this is a non-fat, shelf-stable dairy product, so it's a great way to choose a non-fat or low-fat dairy product when you're making this to make it a little bit more nutritious, right?
All right, I think that was it.
That's it.
Look at those layers, Paul.
Beautiful.
Great.
Beautiful.
Again, we'll do the same.
There we go. Beautiful. All right, so you can see the beautiful layers. Here, while I have this over here, I can kind of show you some of what the other ones look like. So that's our soup, right? Beautiful. And then our banana pancake one. Let's see if I can find the one with the pretty ribbon. You can see it has some of those beautiful layers to it too. And you can make these fancy. You can color code them for your, whichever holiday, winter holiday that you celebrate, or you can make them really neutral.
I like the idea of decorating your shelves with these.
Yeah.
Very
right?
expensive, right?
Quick and easy
Quick
sort
and
of
easy.
meal prep, right?
Yes.
All right. So, great way, easy way to save time, save money, eat healthy, and really gift those to the people in your life that
Make life easier and sweeter.
sweeter for you.
Yes.
Absolutely. So while I'm tying off this last one, if we have any questions, you can pop them in the chat box below. And our awesome support team that we have in the room, Miss Jenna can read them off to us if we happen to have any questions. If not, that's okay. I'd also like to add that the nutrition information is also on the recipe cards that you would be able to tie to these recipes that you'd be giving. So whoever you're giving them to would have access to the nutrition information for the recipes. So
Yeah,
you know,
easy.
if they have any dietary goals or concerns, they would have that available to them too.
Yeah. I love the idea of writing a handwritten note to go with it. And this is, a nice way to say thank you to all those guys out there. We also have a friendship soup mix right here. So if you decide to do that, this looks really like it would be very colorful. Dry lentils, if you can do red, green, yellow lentils. There's split pea in there, some Italian seasoning, and even macaroni noodles. If you do that one, please consider using whole grain macaroni to add to it so you can increase your fiber and, get your whole grains in there. But yeah, what time is it?
It is 12:25.
How long did it take us to make all this?
It took us less than 20 minutes
Yes.
to make 3 different recipes and talk about them while we did it. So you could surely do this, especially if you made the same recipe several times over. You could certainly make a few holiday gifts in a short period of time or be able to replicate this a few times for your family. Again, each recipe is less than $10, or you could make even more if you used smaller containers and cut them in half. For these and other recipes that can help you save time, save money, and eat healthy, please visit snapedny.org. And we will be here for just another minute if you have any questions or comments. And if you decide to make these at home yourself and you want to show us some photos, please tag us. Put them in the comments below or tag SnapEdNY so we can see your creations. We really want to see what you come up with. But thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great holiday season. Have a great winter season. And
See you in a few weeks, probably, back here.
yes, have a happy and healthy holiday season.
Bye.